Hello, mums and dads, parents. My name's David Thorne. I'm the lead developer of the Breastfeeding Timer app. In this video, I want to show you about how you can track breastfeeding changes and also restart a feed later if the baby needs a pause. So this is the current state of my son who's sleeping. He's 56 minutes over schedule at the moment for feeding, but this is not interesting you. Let's assume that we begin feeding now. We'll just press the begin feeding button and we'll assume we're going to use the recommended breast because the last one used was the left breast. So we can start breastfeeding now. And then if after, let's say, 5 minutes or 6 minutes or 3 minutes that you notice that your baby needs to be burped or needs to just take a breather or something like that, because it's, don't know, whatever the reasons that there might be that you decide that the baby needs to change, then just simply come over to the pause button and press pause. The feeding now stops, okay? It's paused and you can then continue. If you decide at this one time that you want to switch breasts, then we can, but let's just assume you want to continue after burping the child, after comforting the child, giving the child a rest, that you need to continue. Just simply press the play button once again and the feeding will continue. Let's just let this run for a second. Then you decide, okay, the baby's had enough of this one breast, but it wants to go over to, or you decide to put it onto the other breast. Doesn't make sense just suddenly switching because it's going to take a few seconds or whatever to change the baby's position and so on. So just come over and pause it. Take all the time you need to reposition yourself, reposition the baby, and then you can come to this left button here to say change to left, and it starts the feeding once again. So you just need to press one button and it will continue to start the feed. We now have this like nice progress bar that shows you the percentage of which is used on the left breast is teal to then the red on the right hand side. Once again, if you decide that the baby needs to be paused, we just pause it again and we're all happy. If you feel that the baby has now finished, and you can press done, and this then gives us this overview, feed completed view, and we can just start ready to go again. If then, a minute later, you think, oh, the baby wants to feed again, don't press this begin feeding button. Come over to the last feed, okay? Go into it, scroll down the bottom, and what you'll see here in the middle is this breastfeeding segments. We want to continue here, and you can start another breastfeeding segment by coming down to this box here, restart this feed, and choosing which breast that you want to go on. You can see here the left breast was the last one. If you choose you want to continue on the left breast, then just press left breast, and this starts immediately. Come back over to the front. You can see that it's running again. Now it's feeding once again. That feed is going to disappear from the Today app because it's been restarted. Okay, it actively gets taken off of Today until it's actually done. So once you've then decided that you've finished or you need to pause again, just pause again, do the normal stuff. If you want to switch to the right, we can come up here and switch to the right. Continues once again, and once you are done, press done. And back over to the Today, and you can see here that you did 5 segments using both breasts, total of 1 minute and 38 seconds, and that we can see the different timings between. The left breast was 45 seconds, the right was 52. The session started at 4:22 and finished at 4:25. So it's a 3-minute session, but with a total feed time of 1 minute and 38 seconds. Now, when we come over to here, we can see that the next feed is in 2 hours and 9 minutes and 51 seconds. And it tells you the last feed was 30 seconds ago based upon this information. Obviously, this feed was then 9 minutes and 29 seconds less than the average, which would be normal because it was just a fake feed. So we can come over to here and we can delete it as well. All right. And it actually is a small little bug that I need to get rid of in here. I need to refresh it again to get the actual data here once again. With that said, this is now the Breastfeeding Timer app, allowing you to switch breasts whilst breastfeeding and also then restart the feed if the baby needs another feed later. Why did I add these features? Well, because my wife noticed that my son, who's now 9 weeks old, and one day, because every single day matters, he needed some rest. And every single time he took a rest, he tended to feed even longer. And then the gaps between feeds, they tend to get a little bit longer. And at night time, they definitely got longer, which meant we got more sleep. So we did notice a big, massive benefit in doing this. And I can show you just quickly. I've made a prediction here. I've made a small wheel that I've been doing today, just to show the previous 24 hours on like a wheel to see when he was fed. These ones in the middle, these are when he was fed during the daytime. Around the outside, these are predictions that the algorithm has made when the likelihood was going to feed. There's a little bit of an algorithm. It's not machine learning, but it's using reinforcement learning to learn the feeds. Then we can see where the feeds are possibly going to happen today as well. So I'm adding more and more features as we go. I'm just testing this feature in a website first of all before I then start placing it into the iOS app. With that said, I hope that this has helped you to work out how to use the Breastfeeding Timer app. It's not in the App Store yet. It's still going through beta testing, but if you do want to test it, there'll be a QR code on the screen right now, and you're welcome to come and be one of the 100 beta testers to use the app. There's still spaces available right now. But with that said, the app should be in the App Store very, very soon. I'm going through final testing at the moment. It's doing really well. And with that said, thanks very much for watching. Enjoy. Ciao, ciao, and goodbye.